Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Jaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudiraye
Jayamudiraye
Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke
Bhaktin Bhavatir Naisiti
Bhaktin Bhavati Naisiti
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Devagī Nandanaya Cha
Devagī Nandanaya Cha
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Hare Krishna, welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Let us start our the discussion today is Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 2, text number 6, 2.2.6. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation. Let us please repeat the slogan behind me. Evaṁ sva-citte sveta eva siddha.
Evaṁ sva-citte svata eva siddha.
ātmā priyo rtho bhagavān anantaḥ.
ātmā priyo rtho bhagavān anantaḥ.
Tam nirvṛto niyatārtho bhajeta.
Tam nirvṛto bhajeta.
saṁsāra-hetūparamaś yatra.
saṁsāra-hetūparamaś yatra.
Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Evaṁ.
Evaṁ.
Thus.
Thus.
Sva-citte.
Sva-citte.
In one's own heart.
In one's own heart.
Svata.
Svata.
By his omnipotency.
By his omnipotency.
Eva.
Eva.
Certainly.
Certainly.
Siddha.
Siddha.
Fully.
Represented.
Sorry, fully represented. ātmā.
ātmā.
The Supersoul.
The Supersoul.
Priyaha. Very dear.
Very dear.
Rtho.
Rtho.
Substance.
Bhagavān.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Supreme Personality of Godhead.
anantaḥ. The eternal unlimited.
The eternal unlimited.
Tam. Unto him. Nirvṛto. Being detached from the world. Niyatārtho. Permanent. rtho. The supreme gain. Bhajeta. One must worship. Saṁsāra-hetū. The cause of the conditioned state of existence. Uparamaha. Gestation. Sa. Certainly. Yatra. In which. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanamrita A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. Thus being fixed. One must render. Service unto the Supreme Soul. Situated in one's own heart. By his omnipotency. Because he is the Almighty
because he is the Almighty
Personality of Godhead,
Personality of Godhead,
eternal and unlimited.
eternal and unlimited.
He is the unlimited goal of life.
He is the ultimate goal of life.
And by worshipping him,
And by worshipping him,
one can end the cause
one can end the cause
of the conditioned state of existence.
the conditioned state of existence.
Purport. As confirmed in Bhagavad-gītā 18.61, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Śrī Kṛṣṇa is the all-pervading, omnipotent Supreme Supersoul. Therefore, one who is a yogi can worship only him because he is the substance and not illusion. Every living creature is engaging in the service of something else. A living being constitutional position is to render service, but in the atmosphere of māyā or illusion or the conditioned state of existence, the conditioned soul seeks the service of illusion. A conditioned soul works in the service of his temporary bodily relatives like wife and children, and the necessary paraphernalia for maintaining the body and bodily relations, such as the house, land, wealth, society, and country. But he does not know that all such rendering of service are totally illusory. As we have discussed many times before, this material world is itself an illusion, like a mirage in the desert. In the desert, there is an illusion of water, and the foolish animals become entrapped by such an illusion and run after water in the desert. Although there is no water at all. But because there is no water in the desert, one does not conclude that there is no water at all. The intelligent person knows well that there is certainly water in the sea and ocean, but such vast reservoirs of water are far, far away from the desert. One should therefore search for water in the vicinity of seas and oceans and not in the deserts. Every one of us is searching after real happiness in life, namely eternal life, eternally or unlimited knowledge and unending blissful life. But foolish people who have no knowledge of the substance search after the reality of the real life in the illusion. The material body does not endure eternally, and everything is relation with this temporary body, such as the wife, children, society, and country, also changes along with the change of the body. This is called samsara, or repetition of birth, death, old age, and disease. We would like to find a solution for all these problems of life, but we do not know the way. Herein, it is suggested that anyone who wants to make an end to these miseries of life, namely repetition of birth, death, disease, and old age, must take this process of worshipping the Supreme Lord and not others. It is also ultimately suggested in the Bhagavad-gītā 18.65. If we at all want to end the cause of our conditioned life, we must take to the worship of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, who is presented in everyone's heart by his natural affection for all living beings, who are actually the parts and parcel of the Lord. Bhagavad-gītā 18.61. The baby in the lap of his mother is naturally attached to the mother, and the mother is attached to the child. But when the child grows up and becomes overwhelmed by circumstances, he gradually becomes detached from the mother. Although the mother always expects some sort of service from the grown-up child, and it is equally affectionate towards her child, even though the child is forgetful. Similarly, because we are part and parcel of the Lord is always affectionate to us, and he always tries to get us back home, back to Godhead. But we, the conditioned souls, did not care for him and run instead after the illusory bodily connections. We must therefore extricate ourselves from all illusory connections of the world and seek reunion with the Lord, trying to render service unto him because he is the ultimate truth. Actually, we are hankering after him as the child seeking the mother, and to search out of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we need not go anywhere else because the Lord is within our heart. This does not suggest, however, that we should not go to the place of worship, namely the temples, churches, and mosques. Such holy places of worship are also occupied by the Lord because of the Lord is omnipresent. For the common man, these holy places are centers of learning about the science of God. When the temples are devoid of activities, the people in general become uninterested in such places, and consequently, the mass of people gradually become godless, and the godless civilization is the result. Such a holy civilization artificially increase the conditions of life and existence because intolerable for everyone. The foolish leaders of a godless civilization try to devise various plans to bring about peace and prosperity in the godless world under a patent trademark of materialism. And because such attempts are illusory only, the people elect incompetent blind leaders, one after another, who are incapable of offering solutions. If we want to at all to end this anomaly of a godless civilization, we must follow the principle of revealed scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam and follow the instructions of a person like Sri Shukadev Goswami, who has no attraction for material gain. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurume Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashasha Deshadarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today's sloka, it is the previous sloka. We discussed about the renounced order of life, how a renounced person can live in this material world without begging to the person who is the materially rich person. They can drink the river water. That's what we saw in the previous sloka. They can drink the river water and they can eat the fruits which are available in the forest trees, and they can stay in the caves, and they can wear the skin of the trees. So these are the ways they don't want to depend on any materialistic person for their livelihood, because Lord provided naturally for these things to them, so they can easily concentrate on the Supreme Lord. That's what we saw, the renounced order of life of the people. So, and we discussed that renounced order of life, we also need to plan in such a way that at the end of the life, we should also in the renounced order. Even though currently we are in the grihastha life, so we need to plan once our responsibilities to brought up our child and children, and once they get married, once they are settled, when they are ready to take care of their family, then we are relieved from our responsibilities. From that time onwards, we should fully concentrate on the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord considering us currently, that's why currently still now onwards, even though we are in the grihastha life, now onwards we need to, in the present life itself, I mean to say, the present grihastha ashram itself, we need to concentrate on the Supreme Lord, so that once we get relieved from our responsibilities, we can fully concentrate on them. Otherwise, it is not possible, because many of the people, they are thinking that at the end of, after my retired, I will fully concentrate on Supreme Lord or concentrate on spirituality. Till that time, let me earn more and more and take care of the family, this and that. So that since they are not understanding what is spirituality, they are thinking that it is only for the retirement of life. It is not like that. The God realization should start from the age of 5. It is as per Prahlad Maharaj, when he was a child, he was giving the knowledge to the people. That time he was saying that at the age of 5 itself, we need to start the spiritual knowledge. Give the spiritual knowledge to the person. So living the person, the human being should start from the Supreme Personality of Godhead knowledge at the age of 5. But current society, it is not happening because of that's why Prabhupada is talking about the blind leaders. Because the leaders are blind, that's the reason the blind people, if you catch hold of the blind people, you are also blind, and the leader also blind. The leader is leading us the blind person where can he lead us? He may lead to the hell, or he may lead to our other places, not definitely to the God, because we don't know about the God. He himself is a blind. So that's the reason we need to catch hold of the person who is who is like Sukadeva Goswami. How Parikshit Maharaj, at the end of his life, he catch hold of to get the instruction, following the instructions of Srila Sukadeva Goswami. Because why he is following him? Because he have no attraction for the material gain. That's a main point over here. He is not materially attached. Because Sukadeva Goswami was there when Parikshit Maharaj was a king. Before relieving everything, he was there. But both of them never met. Why? Yeah, we also know, Sukadeva Goswami also know that Parikshit Maharaj, he is the king. Both of them know each other. But they never met. Sukadeva Goswami not came into the picture at all. Why? Because he don't want to connect with a materially engrossed person. Since Parikshit Maharaj wanted to voluntarily retired from all of his services, he retired from the materially attached things. He left his family, he left his kingdom, everything. Once he detached from everything, then Sukadeva Goswami came into picture. He voluntarily came and gave this knowledge to Parikshit Maharaj. So the similar way, this is the arrangement of the Lord, and this will happen with not only with Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj, this will happen with each and every person on the life. So if you see our history from the Srimad Bhagavatam, whenever a person is going for a God realization and renouncing everything and going for with a determination to go for God realization, Lord will send the master. Most of the time, Narada Muni will come there and he will give the perfect path. So when Dhruva Maharaj, when he was a 5 years old boy, he got offended by his stepmother and his father. So his father was not taking care of him. Because of that, he got angry. Since he was a Kshatriya, he wanted to establish a big kingdom. So he asked his mother, then his mother directed him that I don't know where, only God can give that. But I don't know where is the God. People used to say, if you go to the forest, there you can see the God. That is the only instructions he gave. And he came to by hearing that instruction, he came to the forest. There, Lord sent Narada Muni there to instruct him what to do. So Narada Muni first initially tested him, his determination. Since he determined, he gave the mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He gave the mantra, he chanted the mantra for 6 months. Within 6 months, he was able to connect with the Lord. And after his intention was to get the more opulence than his grandfather. His grandfather was Brahma. He wanted to have, he was in the Brahma Loga. He wanted to have more opulence than his grandfather. So that was his initial intention. But after seeing the Lord, his intention got changed. In front of the Lord, he's saying that I came here for a broken glass. I was looking for a broken glasses, but I got a diamond. So why I want this material opulences? I don't want anything. Your blessings will be enough, Lord. That's what he asked the Lord. So that is Dhruva Maharaj says, for the age of 5 itself, he got that much intelligent. Is that intelligence how it came? Because it is through the mercy of the Lord. So, and in similar way, Prahlad Maharaj, he was also preaching to the persons who are around him. Even though he born in the Asura family, he was preaching to other people who was surrounding in these classes. So in the classes, the teacher mainly is teaching the material way of thinking. They are speaking that the Hiranyakashipu was the God. Everyone need to worship him. That kind of teaching he was doing that. The teacher was doing. Shand and Amark, they were the teachers. They were teaching. They are preaching to even to Prahlad Maharaj the same way they were preaching. But Prahlad Maharaj, what he did? After in the gap, whenever there is a break, in the break he was preaching about the Supreme Lord to others. So all the other people, they are asking how you are also playing with us, how you are got all this knowledge. Then he told when I was in the womb of my mother, Narada Muni preached all those things to me, mother. I heard all those things. From that, I came to know about the Supreme Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj heard about the Supreme Lord when he was in the womb itself. So it is very possible. It is not a story or something. It is a pastime of the Lord. So it is very possible that even a person who is in the womb, that person also can get the supreme knowledge from the right source. If he get from the right source, he can also get into the right path. That is the reason the pregnant women, whenever they are pregnant, they need to read about the Lord, so that the fetus which is there inside, the living entity, the person, that person also will hear that, then he will become a devotee when he come out, like Prahlad Maharaj. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, he will be like a ignorant person only. So that is the reason we always need to connect with the Lord. That is one of the advice we are always giving to the pregnant woman. And also, Prabhupada he is mentioning here about the desert. So if you are searching water in the desert, we won't get the water in the desert. So the person should know that the water will be available near to the source, water source. Where is the water source? There is a seas and oceans are there. So near to the water source, we will get the water. So we need to search the water near to the water source. We should not search the water in the desert. So the current scientists, what they are doing, they are going to the other planetary systems. They are thinking that they are searching. What they are searching? They are searching the water source, this and that. They are saying that they are getting into one particular place. And by seeing that place, they're not there getting into that, the machinery. So what they are seeing there, they think that, okay, that is the entire planet will be like that only. Because Lord is saying that each and every planet, living entities are there according to their circumstances. Climatic circumstances, the living entities are there in all the planets. There is no planet without living entities. But we are thinking that nobody is there in the Mars, nobody is there in the moon. We will go and capture everything and we'll come back. But this is the childish way of thinking. That's what Prabhupada used to say. So we are going and searching what we are searching. We are searching the water there. So water means you need to search in the wherever the resources are there. We go and search there. And also in the scriptures, it is said that with this material body, don't try to go to the other planetary system. It is not possible. You can't sustain there. That we are making the promise or false promise to the people that we will take you to the moon planet. We will take you to the Mars planet. In the future, we will do that. All those, the futuristic way of promises we are giving. And some people are giving the promises to, okay, we find out what is making our aging, what is making our aging. We already almost find that, find the medicines for the diseases, almost both of the diseases, and few of the diseases we had to find. And then after that, definitely we will find out the solution for the aging factor, so that we will prolong our age and we can live long. And we'll get into eternity even in the material world also. That is also wrongly people are thinking, and we are support our scientist group of people are supporting them. Okay, they can find out something. They are talking about something. Okay, if I change this in our cell, then it will be like this. It will be like that. They are speculating all those things. But Lord is clearly saying that if you want to come out from the samsara sagara, no other mean except catch hold of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what it is. He was saying in Bhagavad-gītā 18.65. Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evasyasi satyam te pradijane priyo asimi. So what he is saying, Manmana is thinking of me. There are four things he was saying. Lord is saying, giving the tips to us how to get into the bhakti. Manmana, thinking of me. Me is Krishna. Thinking of Krishna. Bhava mak bhakto. Just become my devotee. Be a devotee of the Lord. Madhyaji. worship me. Become a worshipper. Worship unto me. And Mam Namaskuru. Unto me, Mam means me, to the Lord, offer your obeisances. Obeisance unto me. So these are the 4 things. If you do continuously, daily, constantly, without any deviation, certainly you will come to me. That's what Krishna is saying. There's a promise. So I am promised. He is also promising. See, Lord necessary. You don't want Lord is not necessary to promise to us, but he is promising. Natya Jane. So he's saying that I am promising. So why are we promising? He is dear to us. That's the reason he is promising us. So always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homages unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So this is not only for Arjuna, this is for us as well. So if you follow this, whatever Lord is saying, automatically we will also get into this. And Prabhupada here mentioning again, so the baby and mother relation. So the baby and mother relation, how, because initially when if you see in our child also, children's initially when the birth until they get into the adolescent age, they will always connected with the mother. They will, whatever the things, they will go to the mother, they will cry with the mother, everything they will do. They will connect with the mother always. And in the child, in the early ages, it is so much affection, so much attached to the mother. But when they become in the adult, they will get into their attraction change towards the outside world, and the affection with the mother will get reduced. But there must be some affection, but it will reduce, and they will get into the more on that. And once they get married, their affection will go on to the other persons with their family, their wife, children, like that will go. But the mother affection, how it was in the initially, the same affection will be there even that time also. This is the illusion. This is the example, the analogy Prabhupada used to gives giving to others. So the similar way, the Supreme Lord also, like our mother. So how initially we had within the womb, it is said that within the womb, the baby, it will cry, it will pray the Supreme Lord that once I come out from this womb, yes, womb is like a darkest place, and it is put into we are thinking that the baby is enjoying. No, baby is not enjoying. It is not able to shake his body here and there. It is with a tight situation. It is there inside of your mother's womb. And the baby used to cry because of because it is said that the remembrance will be there. The previous birth remembrance will be there with the baby, and baby used to cry that once I come out from this in this womb, and I will be. He will pray to the Lord, please release me from here, so that once I come out, then I will worship you alone. Like that, it will pray. But once it come out, because of this material touch, he will forget everything, and he will get into the cycle of birth and death, samsara. So samsara, that's what it is said that samsara sagara. So samsara sagara means it is samsara means it is this whatever the birth, death, old age and disease. This cycle. It is a sagara. Sagara means it is a kind of a ocean. So it is very difficult to cross this ocean. So how to? But when a person who is catch hold of the Supreme Lord legs, if you Supreme Lord's feet, that is the only way you can cross this samsara sagar. There is no other way. That's what Prabhupada, and this sloga also is telling the same thing. The only ultimate thing is to render service unto the Supreme Lord, not to render service to the other things. So the only way to cross over this samsara sagara is to catch hold of the Supreme Lord and render service unto him, so that he will take us from this. Also, we can easily cross over this samsara sagara, that is birth, death, old age, and disease, and we can go back to Godhead. So that is the ultimate goal of life. So rendering service to the others, serving to the society, service to the family, servicing to the dog, service to the cow, these are all temporary things. Whatever the service we are doing is not going to give us any result. It will bind again and again in this material world only. So service to the Lord, Supreme Lord, is the only way we can release from these clutches of Maya and release from the material world. And we can go back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Any questions?